There's an age-old saying in the world of the Vagos MC: we give what we get. In just a few years, the Vagos have exploded to over 110 chapters worldwide, with over 60 chapters in the US alone. They have so many members, they call themselves Green Nation.
In numbers, they commit more crimes and they're becoming more violent because they feel more comfortable because there's so many members in their club.
The good old days of the Vagos begin under a hot sun in the middle of the desert. San Bernardino, Cali, aka the Inland Empire.
The Vagos was started by some ex-military persons who probably were looking for an outlet, looking for a release, a brotherhood.
Everyone at the beginning were serious about their business, get together, and they're all brilliant. They're all almost genius level minds.
They ditched a club called the Psychos and started their own thing.
They were a group evolved from the Psychos Motorcycle Club. The members were disgruntled and they wanted to start their own chapter.
So they create an insignia. Loki, the Norse god of mischief. It's made by a Vago who's behind bars.
First, you have a red Loki on a motorcycle, and they have the green patch, and it's lime green. They're not trying to hide themselves in any way. We're here, notice us, right?
The color green has a double meaning.
They went with the color green because some of the founders were of Mexican-American heritage. So they wanted to symbolize green for the Mexican flag.
The Vago's jacket or cut is full of secret codes. The motherlode is the patch MF. The feds say the MF patch is earned when a member commits an act of violence or murder for the club.
Your Vago's MF patch pretty much stood for mother, which was to give a middle finger to the other 1% motorcycle clubs.
Vago's cuts also include colored wings. Each color represents a different sex act.
Vagos are the most sexual when it comes to their past work. They have red wings. That means that you have orally pleased a woman who is, her Aunt Flo is there. They have white wings and black wings and brown wings, and they all stand for different races of women that they have orally satisfied.
Green wings is if the female has a venereal disease. Purple wings, I mean, I'll be honest, if it's, it's a corpse.
But unprotected sex can cost a Vago member.
In the old rules, it said no member shall be part of a train, which means a gangbang, if they have a venereal disease. Otherwise, they're charged $50.
By the 80s, a legendary Vago is at the head of the table. Terry Orendorff, a.k.a. Terry the Tramp, bleeds green.
Terry Orendorff was the national, international president of the Vagos from like the 80s all the way up until the 2000s.
You know what? Somebody back there's going to get a knot on their head.
So he had a long run, one of the longest tenure as the national, international president of the Vagos. He was a super tough guy, a super smart guy.
Terry the Tramp sets up a structure that matches their creed. Stand on your business and trust no one.
You have your active president, vice president, sergeant at arms, treasury, road captain, full patch member, prospect member, and then you have your hang-around member and your support club.
One unbreakable rule of the Vagos: no gang members. Period.
They definitely don't want gang members because they view them as being too immature to be a part of their club.
Make no mistake, vetting prospects is serious business.
They'll go to cemeteries if you say your parents are deceased to see if there's a headstone. Look at high school yearbooks to see if you actually existed.
This ruthless criminal motorcycle gang has been terrorizing our community for years.
They have their guys that are meth dealers. There's no doubt about it. They have guys that are involved in the firearms trafficking, assaults, murders. the whole gamut of crime.
Meth is the drug of choice for many outlaw clubs.
My grandfather, he left the Hells Angels to go cook dope for the Vagos. He rode with the Vagos for approximately 15 to 20 years. When I was younger, he would come home and his hands and skin looked like raw meat. The chemicals would eat his skin off of his hands, and he would just smell like pharmaceuticals. He would smell like chemicals.
One expert compares drug dealing in outlaw clubs to a giant pyramid scheme.
These guys will do a lot of internal business amongst each other. As a member gets a new prospect, they'll start supplying that person. Pretty soon, as it branches out, this one member might be supplying drugs to 7 or 8 people in that charter through different sources, but it's all ultimately coming from the same guy.
Nowadays, the meth is cooked in super labs in Mexico.
Once the cartels took over, the super labs is where they can manufacture hundreds of pounds in one cook. So their purity now is 99%, 100% pure.
Members of the Vagos motorcycle gang were armed. They don't hesitate to use those weapons, and they also carry the weapons to intimidate rival gang members, members of the public, and to further their criminal conspiracy.
When it comes to weapons, the Vagos stash is full-on military grade, with rocket and grenade launchers in tow.
Handguns, because it's easier to ride with them. They go to bars, they go to events. When the fight starts, the knives come out, and no one knows that they're stabbing somebody because it looks like a fight.
It's all used in service of the Vagos creed. It's called SOS.
SOS will mean smash on sight. So SOS means that you go and attack this person right when you see them.
In the 1990s, Terry the Tramp and the Vagos quickly begin to absorb smaller clubs around Southern Cali. It's shock and awe strategy for taking territory.
Their first 5 chapters were other clubs that they just put their cut on, Genghis Khan style. And next thing you know, they got 10 chapters in Southern California, and they're all wearing Vagos. They're all wearing that low key.